All right, we're back with Sportsmanlike Conduct again. We haven't talked about baseball in a few weeks, so now would be a good time to do it, seeing as there's only 1 week left in the season. We got one incredible race for 2 playoff spots in the National League that I don't see any way it doesn't come down to the very last day. But the one thing, for all the Braves fans out there that are panicking, they have to keep this. The Braves have this one thing in their back pocket in the National League, and it's the fact that the Giants and Padres are playing each other on the last 3 games. So you know that one of the 2 teams that you're going to end up having to chase is going to lose on those last 2 days for the Braves. But also one of them is going to win. But I guess maybe it won't work in their favor. Who knows? But I think it will end up. I think that will end up working in the Braves' favor, and they can get the wild card because of that.
That's definitely what they have going for them. Great tackle right there.
So 7 days. The Braves, I think, have the Marlins. And
who do you predict makes it? So you're predicting the Braves making it?
I'm going to say Braves and Giants and Padres out.
I'm going with the Giants too.
I think the Padres or Braves for the wild card then.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Braves.
No, the Braves. The Braves were my original pick to win the wild card, so I guess I'll stick with that. Even though I love San Diego and I've been rooting for them all year, it may just be a little bit. They're going to fall short, you know, and I really feel bad for them because I think they've had an unbelievable season. And you hate to have it end in heartbreaking fashion by them missing the playoffs, possibly on the last day. But it's just one of those things that I see coming.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're going to come so close. But in the end, they might just not be good enough. Just might not be good enough in the end.
Who do you think comes out of the National League?
I think everyone in the world is picking Philly right now. But
I think it's totally up for grabs.
You got to like... San Francisco's starting pitching in the playoff series.
How about the Reds?
And the Reds have just been solid. You know, like you can't say anything bad about the Reds. They're a well-rounded,
their starting pitching
team.
is definitely not up to par right now, though.
They do have the secret weapon, though, Aroldis Chapman.
You don't think that Atlanta has a chance?
I don't see the Braves going to the World Series. No way.
Their pitching is pretty good too, but I just think they're not strong enough.
No,
yeah.
I just can't see the Braves.
It's hard to go against Philly in that staff.
It is.
Right
now. Oswalt, you got Halladay and Oswalt. That's just ridiculous.
And Hamels,
Cole Hamels is pitching great right now.
Unbelievable.
It's very.
He gets very little run support too. He's having a phenomenal season.
He's getting no run support for whatever reason because their team they have a good offense.
Yeah,
they've not had one of their better offensive seasons. But you look up, I think they have the best record in baseball now.
Do they really?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think they have a better record than the Rays now. So they've been incredible. Since the addition of Oswalt, they've been like 40-17 or something like that since they picked up Roy Oswalt, or 40-15. It's been something ridiculous like that. But there's just I don't know what there is to as far as like MVP Cy Young races. I don't know. Are they all decided yet, or do you think there's still anything up for grabs right there?
I think they're pretty much decided.
Who do you think is an NL MVP? Votto?
Yeah,
I think Pujols and Votto are still neck and neck because Pujols is putting on a little bit of a run right here.
Yeah, Votto's just had that team on his back all year long.
I agree. I vote for Votto. And I think Halladay has the National League Cy Young pretty well locked up.
Too low in cargo though, but fun to watch this last month.
It's been unbelievable. Those guys are it's just unbelievable. Every time you look at the box score, there's just 2s, 3s, and 4s all across it next to those guys' names.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
You're just like, you don't even have to look at the names. You just like see, all right, where are the 2 for 4s and 3 RBIs? Okay, that's Tulowitzki right there. Okay. So Philly, you like Philly,
but
like
I still don't like their bullpen.
Yeah.
I still don't like Philly's bullpen. That's the only thing.
I'm
watching the Giants' bullpen is great though. You know,
they have at the back end of it. They're pretty solid though. With Sergio Romo and Brian Wilson are very good. Jeremy Affeldt has had not that good of a year for them.
But he is experienced, yes.
They trust him, though. They do trust him.
Yeah.
So I'd take their bullpen over Phillies, for sure.
Yeah, I would take theirs over Phillies as well. The Phillies starting rotation is just so good. The X factor could be this Chapman kid.
I agree.
Yeah.
One of the most impressive moments of innings of baseball that I've ever watched was his inning and a third. It was an inning and a third that he pitched against in San Diego the other night. Obviously we have the extra innings, and I just happened to be watching that game because late at night what I do. Unbelievable. Just comes out firing all fastballs, and he's known for having an unbelievable slider. Just didn't throw it. I'm just going to come out and throw heat tonight. Adrian Gonzalez, 101, 102, 103, see ya. Hits 105 at the next batter. 103, 104, 100. Every pitch 100 miles an hour or better. His control wasn't great. He did walk a guy on 4 pitches. He almost killed Yorvit Torrealba with 1 pitch. I think Torrealba knows this. He ended up walking one guy on 4 pitches. But overall, it was very impressive. Very impressive. For the Reds, they have to be absolutely giddy about the future of this kid and what he's going to bring to that team. And just not only that, what he's going to bring to this postseason. Just remember what David Price brought to the Rays in the 2008 postseason. This guy has possibly even more talent than that. And David Price ended up being the closer of the postseason for the Rays in 2008. I don't know that they're ready to put Chapman in the closer role for the postseason. That might be a little drastic move, but why would you have Francisco Cordero back there? But he's obviously going to be pitching in high leverage situations for the Reds in the postseason. Definitely something to watch. The American League.
I'm afraid to ask who you have coming out of the American League.
I don't even want to make a prediction about the American League because
my prediction about the American League is that they will not win the World Series. Well, my prediction is that whoever comes out of the National League, no matter what team it is, wins. And no matter what team they end up going against, they win. Every team in the American League that's going to the playoffs has the same problem. No depth of starting pitching.
I don't know
that. They got one. Every good team has one, maybe two. The best actual starting pitching depth probably
is the Rays, right?
I was going to say the Twins.
Twins are good too
because they actually go 3 deep with Denton.
Yes.
The rest of the Yankees and the Rays have only 1, maybe 2 good starters.
But
who's the second best starter for the Rays?
Garza.
Does he qualify with an ERA over 4?
I don't know.
Does that qualify
he's not bad, though. He can, on any given night, he can go out there and pitch well.
Oh, of course, anyone can do that.
He's more reliable than A.J. Burnett.
Of course. But the same thing. Same thing with the Yankees. They have one reliable starter. Count him. CeCe Sabathia, and that's it.
I think you're going to see Jeff Neiman have a really good postseason.
They're going to need someone to step up.
I think you're going to see Neiman have a very good postseason.
He's been terrible all second half, so that surprised me that you didn't say that.
His last outing was good, and he had gone on the disabled list, had come off, and it's taken him a few starts to get right. And the last time out he pitched well. He's going to have a couple more starts at the end of the regular season, see how he does there. But I'm expecting him to do pretty well in those, and I expect him to be hitting on all cylinders going into the playoffs.
And I'm also going to say
it's going to be huge.
I'm also going to say, do not be surprised if Texas or Minnesota comes out of the American League. I think everyone, especially in this area of the country, thinks no matter what, it's going to be either the Yankees or the Rays.
I think it's going
Texas and Minnesota have every bit as good of a chance of going to the World Series as those two teams. Yes.
Okay.
Everyone wants to just hand it to one of those two teams. It's not that easy.
Obviously it's never easy. You have to play the games, but it should be all about the Yankees and Rays because I feel like they are the 2 best teams.
Well, everyone thinks that they deserve it because they came out of the toughest division, but it just doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't work that way all the time. But that's all the time that we have. So we're going to see you next time when the playoffs are actually going to start, and it's going to be crazy. We have a little award show.